Brereton. Listen, haven't been out here for a minute. Summer, baby. I'm trying to give myself a little summer action. But hello, let me tell you something. I had to come back on because Bronny James is now a Laker. Bronny James is now a Laker. That brings up so much interesting conversations. Like, first and foremost, let's establish some things right now. You know, and just so you guys understand, I'm a diehard Michael Jordan fan. Like, you can't tell me nothing. But I got to give LeBron his flowers first before I even go there. LeBron might be the greatest NBA father of all time. You know what? This is not a might. He definitely is. He's the greatest NBA dad in the history of the NBA. I mean, let's start with the fact that he spoke this into existence. This is what he wanted, right? He wanted to be able to say, I play with my son. And so said, so done. He has held on to his athleticism, his capacity to be relevant and effective in the game of basketball until his son became of age to literally be able to play in the NBA at the same time. Now, to play in the NBA at the same time is one thing, but to have the cachet, the actual power dynamic to be able to make sure that that kid is on your team. Now, that is a whole nother skill set that cannot be underspoken of. To have that much power in the NBA, that it is in the best interest of a team to draft your son, is incredible. I mean, similar to what's happening in Milwaukee with Giannis and his brother. But this now speaks to a whole nother level when you think about it. That the Lakers, and let's give them their props too, definitely the Lakers at this moment push their ticket to the greatest franchise in the history of sports. There's hands down. This is why. Because anyone could have stopped the show here. Okay? I mean, I know a first round pick scenario didn't seem likely for Bronny, but if I'm a GM and I'm thinking that all these little pimple-faced high school kids that are sitting around, and I've got 2 picks in the first round, or I have the potential to, pick up somebody, and I'm out of the lottery, I would have gambled on Bronny James. And I'm going to tell you why. Not because of his skill set, but because of the financial scenario of drafting LeBron James's son. I'm not only going to draft him, I'm going to play him. I'm going to make sure that jersey is the #1 selling jersey. I'm going to make sure that I have a team that, and remember, you got a first round pick. Most likely your team's not doing that well anyway. You're going to get potential season tickets. It's going to be one heck of a show when the Lakers come to town and Bronny is put out there to maybe cover his dad. I would have been the spoiler to mess that up. But somehow the Lakers had, I guess, the wherewithal to be able to say to other teams, listen, we're getting Bronny. Don't touch him. Don't draft him. This is important to LeBron. It's important to us. Let history have its moment. And teams allowed for this thing to happen. And the Lakers in the second round, they draft Bronny James. And the thing to me, it's incredible. I'm going to move on from that. The fact that LeBron, who is still playing, because we have other guys who have multiple sons who played in the NBA. What are their names? White kids. Their father played, and then his 2 sons played. One of his sons was a dunk champion. Can't remember the name off the top of my head. He was a dunk champion. He even take his warm-up off. White kid that won a dunk champion. Him and his brother played in the NBA. But him and his brother did not play in the NBA at the same time as their dad. LeBron has the potential to have his other son get drafted next year. I think Bryce is I think Bryce could potentially be of age. Let's just say of age. I won't even talk about his skill yet, but of age that could potentially be a thing. Even if it's not this year, the year after. LeBron easily has 2 years left. Easily has 2 years left. He's playing at an All NBA level last year. He easily got 2 years left, barring injury, catastrophic injury. So he potentially could be playing with two sons in the NBA. Absolutely the best NBA dad in the history of NBA dads. And the Lakers, the greatest sports franchise probably in history. They've eclipsed Boston. They've eclipsed the Dallas Cowboys or the San Francisco 49ers or whoever else you want to put up there as one of the greatest franchises. They must be stamped as the greatest franchise, sports franchise in the history of sports. It's just it's an incredible scenario. LeBron has nobody from his draft class that is still playing NBA basketball. No one. Zero people. He is one of one. No one. No one. Imagine. Nobody left. Excuse me. Nobody left. Sorry about that. Nobody left that is in his draft class, that is even able to limp and stay on a franchise. Nevertheless, be an all NBA player level guy, still a franchise player, So, in saying all that, I empathize. I understand when guys get excited, and you do get excited. When you get excited, and you say, "Hey, you know what? I want to say that LeBron James." Give myself a little filter in here. Look at that. They got the capacity to get filters in here. Come on now. YouTube. Look at me looking good. I'm gonna try something. Yeah, let me brighten up myself. But some of you guys have the capacity, have the temerity to say that LeBron is the GOAT. Let's not get carried away. Okay, let's not get carried away. I don't want you to get carried away because one thing doesn't speak to the other. Vince Carter played longer than any other NBA player ever. Vince Carter played, what did he play? 22 years? 23 years? 22, 23 years? No one played longer than Vince, right? Arguably one of the best dunkers in NBA history, arguably, right? You've got a bunch of them. You got Vince. You definitely have Dr. J. You've got Mike too. If you want to talk about dunk contest guys, you got a lot of in-game guys who can really put it on you, right? And Vince still not in the Hall of. Oh, did they just put him in the Hall of Fame? I think they just put Vince in the Hall of Fame, but we don't care in Toronto. We don't really care. But Vince Carter has played a very long time in the NBA. No one's calling Vince to go. It's not about that. Kareem played for 20 years. Kareem has enough credentials to be called the GOAT. He has. He's got more than LeBron. More championships, more MVPs, everything. Like more than LeBron. LeBron has eclipsed him in points, but definitely. LeBron James can still never smell being the greatest basketball player of all time. In the words of the great Bobby Knight, Michael Jordan is the best basketball player the world has ever seen, and it's not even close. It's not even close, okay? It's not even close. And as I'm getting on my Jordan bandwagon, Michael Jordan in his rookie campaign, right? We'll get into more, but in his rookie campaign, he led his team in scoring, rebounding, assists, and steals as a rookie. Scoring, rebounding as a guard. He led his team in rebounding as a guard. Assists and steals. Come on. Michael Jordan in college, coming out of college, getting on the USA team, led a USA team to an 8-0 record against NBA, a stacked NBA All-Star roster. 8-0. They didn't win a game. They didn't win a game. They didn't win a game. Michael Jordan, at one point, had a triple-double in 12 minutes. Like, no, bro. No. Against NBA All-Stars. Mike's another level. Mike's a whole different animal. Mike coming into the league, NBA greats like Larry Bird, etc., have said, I've never seen anybody play basketball like that guy. I've never seen anything like it. He's one of one. He's a unicorn. Right? He was maybe 30 years ahead of everybody else. The type of athleticism that he demonstrates, we're only now seeing that today. We're only now seeing that now in recent NBA times. And still, Michael Jordan has the highest recorded vertical leap ever. Ever. So we're not comparing apples to apples in the scenario. We're not talking about the greatest basketball player who's ever walked the earth. The greatest clutch performer that's ever walked the earth. The greatest walking bucket that has ever sashayed himself on a basketball court. The greatest champion getter. When he wanted it, he went and got it. 3-peats, back to back, if he wanted it. If he didn't go and play baseball, how many championships would he have won? If these clowns were doing Michael Jordan would have won 9, 10 MVPs. Come on. The guy said, you're not going to beat me till I quit. And he meant it. He went out there and showed you. I'm 185 pounds from North Carolina, and you can't whoop me. Period. What do you say? DJ Marengo was the best player of all time. You out here trolling, baby. You out here trolling, eh? Brian Scalabrine. Michael Jordan did terrible. He sucked at baseball and golf, okay? Michael had one sport, and that sport was basketball. He was born to play it. Nobody could do anything about it when he was out there. Michael Jordan, look when you put all the different things together about him. The uniqueness of his style, the swagger, okay? The little socks. I grew up in the 80s. Little socks. We used to wear the long socks. I said, no. We tucking these down, baby. The big shorts. The bigger shorts. That's Mike. The big shorts, that's Mike. Little socks, that's Mike. The half tops, not even high. It was high top, low top, but now he came with the middies. That's Mike. Okay? Who's running around with their tongue hanging out? You can't even play basketball with you know how tiring it is to walk around trying to breathe with your tongue hanging out? That's Mike. Sideways jumping laterally. That's Mike. Okay? Having the ball in a hand and moving it around. That's Mike. Although Dr. J could do it too, but Mike made it look beautiful. Putting art, basketball, fashion all together. That's Mike. Before Michael Jordan, dudes put on anything to go play ball. You put anything on. You put on your hoop shoes. You're going outside. You're playing ball. After Jordan, you got to go outside tucked, proper, put together. That's Mike. Dudes hitting the court looking like they're going out to a club. That's Mike, baby. There's too much to talk about. And then the bravado of Michael Jordan, right? Now a lot of guys could trash talk. Mike was one of the best. Bird was one of the best. But Mike is walking into other guys' locker rooms, walking into the opposing team's locker room saying, who's covering me tonight? You? 50. And leaving. No, 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 no. That's Mike. There are some things that we don't even appreciate about what he brought to the game. Thomas said that Michael Jordan took basketball to such a level that it made all of us make more money. The TV contracts, the fame of the NBA, the actual popularity of it, that is creating some of these super contracts now. These things started in the era of Michael Jordan. Royalties, taking royalties from a shoe company. Nike itself, there'd be no Nike. Nike was a track shoe. Guys who ran track wore Nikes. Nike wasn't a basketball brand. That was Converse, bro. That was Converse. Guys were wearing Converse. Nike was a sports shoe for joggers. Okay? Absolutely, Caesar. There's nothing about basketball that you can say Michael Jordan is not the GOAT of basketball, except LeBron James is the greatest basketball dad in history. Period. Greatest basketball dad in history. Michael Jordan took a Bulls franchise that nobody came to those games, to a sold-out crowd in one year, and stuck it out. LeBron has been moving the show all over the United States, baby. He's all over the place. Nah. So anyway, let's talk about Bronny though. If I'm the GM of the Lakers, if I'm Pelinka, if I'm JJ Redick as a rookie coach, I'm gonna tell you guys one thing. Let me let this kid run. Don't put him in the G League. Don't put him in the G League. I'm gonna put this guy out here and I'm gonna let him go. I ain't gonna put no restrictions on him. I'm gonna let him go. He's young. He's got young boy energy. I'm gonna let him go. I'm not putting him in the G League. I'm not putting him on the developmental team. Who am I taking? Who am I putting on the court to take time away from Bronny James? Bronny James' whole rookie year is an experiment. JJ Redick, this whole thing, bro, is an experiment. You're playing with a geriatric superstar and his son, with a brittle Anthony Davis and a Laker fan base with ridiculous expectations. They think they can wave a magic wand and wins will happen. They can't think that. They hired a coach who's only coached his 4th grade elementary school. That's right. The only thing that JJ Redick has coached before the NBA is elementary school. That's the only time he's coached a game of basketball. Okay? They're taking a sports commentator who did play in the NBA and making him the coach of the flippin' Lakers. That's ridiculous. But that's okay. So if I'm JJ Redick, I'm going to say, yo, the kid is here. Let him go. Is there any health complications that would require us to not play him? If so, why did we draft him? Why did we draft a guy that's going to have a heart attack? No, he's young. Let him go. There's no way I'm sending Bronny to the G League. That's stupid. Who would do that? That's absolutely asinine. You put that kid on the court and you say, I'm going to put the ball in your hand, young fella. Go out there, make it or break it. It ain't going to be me. I'm not going to be on the wrong side of history as the coach who benched Bronny James. Not me, buddy. That's not going to be my legacy. You're gonna say, no, he put me out there. He gave me too much time. I thought, he let me go. Absolutely, JJ. Bronny's going to be in the NBA for a long time. Maybe, perhaps. Maybe for only as long as LeBron hangs around. But if LeBron is right about his son, and if the Lakers are right about his son, Bronny might be there for a minute. Your next job might be a Bronny team somewhere else. Nah. I heard Stephen A. Smith say that, they're going to put him in the developmental league. Shut up, Stephen A. Why? Why? Every kid that I saw that was drafted on draft night, these kids look like they're straight out of high school. Put Bronny in the doggone NBA, start him. Make him come off the bench. He's either a backup point guard or he's a starting point guard. You have nothing at all to lose. You're a rookie coach. And they gave you the driving seat. Give Bronny James the driving seat, baby. What do you do? What do you think, Vladi Divac? What about Vladi Divac? Oh, and what do you think about Vladi? I think I like Vladi. Vladi. He is him and Kukoc was Croatian, but and Vladi was what? What nationality? They weren't. They're Serbian. He's a Serbian, right? Yeah, Vladi. I don't think Vladi's the best Serbian in the history of NBA, but I love Vladi. I like watching Vladi play when he played with Magic. Vladi was a great basketball player for his time and for his season. All right. I got window cleaners crawling up here. Lady crawling up my window. Crawling up my window to clean the window. You brave. She coming up high. Anyway, yeah, he was Serbian, right? Yeah, I like Vladi. Oh Lord have mercy. And then Sacramento got Vladi. And after Sacramento got Vladi, I think that was a wrap for Vladi. But who was the boy who died in the car crash from the New Jersey Nets? Was he Serbian or was he Croatian? The shooter. He played for the New Jersey Nets. Drazen Petrovic. Yeah, Drazen. I don't know if he was Serbian or if he was Croatian. But I think there's one other Serbian basketball player that I'm forgetting that's definitely a much better player than Vladi. But I can't remember right now. Partizan Belgrade. Okay. All right. So, yeah, man, let me tell you guys something. It doesn't make any sense to draft Bronny James and not play him. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know why people would even do that. Unless it's just a publicity stunt. Okay? If you drafted the kid, play the kid. He's athletic. He's not going to be greedy. And all you're going to do is develop a potential great basketball star. That's what they did with Kobe. Kobe wasn't great when he got to LA. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for y'all who don't remember this. Kobe wasn't a great basketball player when he got to LA. Eddie Jones kept his behind on the bench. They had to trade Eddie to keep Kobe on the court. Okay? They played Kobe. They gave Kobe all the confidence in the world. Now, let me tell you something. When you have athleticism on your side, which Kobe had a 40-inch. He could jump. He was long. He had crazy athleticism. All they had to do was give Kobe confidence. And he went out there and became a Michael Jordan clone, and the rest is history. The confidence of Kobe was absolutely phenomenal. That's what it is. Basketball is 90% confidence, 10% athleticism, right? Period. So put Bronny out there. Put him on the court, baby. Let him play. Let him do his thing. Let him do his thing. But like I said, LeBron James, the greatest basketball father in the history of basketball. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. My pick for Rookie of the Year is Devin Edwards, the kid who was drafted by Sacramento. His dad played in the NBA. I think that's his last name. I think he's going to be phenomenal. I think that's going to be one fantastic kid to watch. I hope they give him the ball. I know he's playing on a very stacked scenario. He's got Fox out there, and the other boy too. The other kid there who's a pretty good scorer. Give that kid the ball, let him go. That backcourt is going to look fantastic. With him and Fox, it's going to look crazy. It's going to look crazy. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Move Fox over to the 2 and let this kid run. Let this kid do it for you. All right? That's my time. This is Del K. Brereton, and this is The Real Speed. Oh, okay. So Drazen is Croatian and Serbian. The best of both worlds, eh? Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, Drazen Petrovic. I like that kid. He was fantastic. Great shooter, great guy, lots of confidence. Loved it. But what national team did he play for then? Did he play for Croatia or did he play for Serbia? Or was that at the time where there was a USSR? Probably in his earlier years. But he probably did play for USSR at one time, if he played at all. But anyway, guys, take it easy. Love, peace, and hair grease. This is Del K. Brereton. This is The Real Spiel. Subscribe. This is a basketball, politics, and everything channel. This is the Real Spiel version. We got the Shiloh Institute too, where we talk about a lot of religion on this channel. Thank you for coming out. For the first timers that came out, my boy here, Zwanko Aksik. my brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Salute from Serbia. Cesar, salute to you too. And to all the watchers of the Spiel. Bless you, and we'll talk very soon.